Hello, I'm Ray.
And I'm Jenny, and we're Weber Family Reviews.
And the semester's over. We're starting spring cleaning. And we grabbed some of our Cull pile, games we're getting rid of, and we want to talk about at least some of them. Actually, we've been pretty slow at producing for the last month. It's been a heck of a month. So, you want to start? We'll just talk about what we're getting rid of and why. And there's more, but these are the ones that seem to highlight a couple of things.
Yeah, we wanted to kind of highlight why we cull more than specific games, because, games, all of us, games go through our houses. So this was an impulse buy. I'll admit it. It's cute, it's nostalgic, and it's actually a pretty fun little game. But am I going to play it again? No, I had to admit it to myself that I'm not going to probably get it out. But it's a really cute game. It's really fun. I found it at Target, and I couldn't resist it. But sometimes those impulse buys, really, I probably already got my money out of it the couple times we played for it. So, ready to pass it on. And, again, to the right person, it's a fun little game, and I think they got the nostalgia well.
In case you couldn't see it on the video, it's the Trapper Keeper game.
Oh, yeah. I was trying to hold it up.
But you didn't say what it was.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't. I guess it looks like a Trapper Keeper. See? I'm obviously a child of the 80s. The Trapper Keeper was exciting.
So, we've got Super Skill Pinball. This is a roll and write, and an interesting one. It just didn't sit well with us. There seemed to be a fair amount of, not randomness, but fiddliness. A little too much for us. I could see a lot of people liking it, and each of the boards have different cool parts about them. But at the end of the day, we played it a few times, and it just didn't stick as well compared to games like Welcome to, or I guess even Zombie Dice we enjoyed more than this. So
I think he was too busy for us for a roll and write. He doesn't like roll and writes to him should be pretty simple and straightforward. We actually have an argument. I really like Fleet's roll and write, and he doesn't like it because there's too much for that. But if you're really a pinball lover, you might really enjoy the game. It just didn't stick for us.
Fleet, the dice game, is still in our collection, but if I want fiddly, I'll play something like Eclipse or, Trajan. I'm not rolling writing for fiddle.
Yeah, I like Fleet the dice game. That's why it's still in our collection.
Mm-hmm.
This is Clip Cut Parks, and this is, again, kind of an impulse buy. We found it. It kind of took the roll and write and did a roll and cut. And again, it's just too fiddly for us, but it's a really interesting concept, and we really wanted to like it. And I think there's a lot of potential here for something different in the roll and write market. And I think some people will enjoy it, because really it does actually work pretty well. We just weren't going to go back to it. Yeah. He especially found, again, and we were just talking about this with the pinball game, it's too fiddly for him for a roll and write. So for us, because we're going to play mostly together, this is going to go. I will say, the scissors in here are pretty decent quality. They gave you the 4 pairs of scissors you need to play with the game. Yep. So I give them kudos that this game is well set up. It's well produced. The dice work good. It's a good game. It's just not our game.
All right, this one saddens me, because I really enjoyed Outer Rim. And I've probably played it more than you. I think I played it 5 times. But there's not enough content. I think after my second play, I had played and probably done almost every card in the box, every bounty and the like. It just doesn't have enough. They needed an expansion. And Fantasy Flight, you figure you're going to get an expansion. It never came for this one. If they get an expansion out, would I go buy it again? I would definitely consider it, but I don't think they will. So I'm not going to, after 5 plays, we got our money's worth out of it. I enjoyed them, but each time how many times can you do the Kessel run before you go, all right, cool, I'm over it. So Star Wars Outer Rim, just not enough in there.
This is the Toy Story deck building game. And this is a game that we completed. We finished it, and we can't see our kids doing, so we're going to pass along. We took it back apart so that someone could start from scratch and put everything back in the boxes. And it's not that, I will say, I'm not even going to call this a full spoiler, but fast forward a little bit if you're too worried about it. We kind of got really annoyed in some of the middle boxes. We just didn't like how they were set up. And we were, by the time we got through with those games, we were over it. We finished the last box.
Yeah.
But we were over it at that point. And before that, we'd actually been really impressed. We'd heard that this was the same system but better than Harry Potter. But we're keeping Harry Potter and not this one.
Yeah.
We also have the brand new expansion for Harry Potter. And I really want to play that one. But I can't see us ever pulling this back out, especially after those middle boxes. So we took it back apart. To the right person, I think they actually did the theme really well. It's a well-done game, but we finished it, and we're not going back.
Yep. Okay, Fuji Coral. I didn't get the deluxe edition. I didn't get any of that. So this one is your samurai going through trying to get treasures and then escape. They had a solo mode, which could be done cooperative, and a competitive. And it goes back to Fiddle. One of the coolest aspects of this is it's got a Minecraft thing. You collect resources, you build your weapons. When you build your weapons and stuff, each element you have in your weapon, that there is a die when you fight a dragon. Great. But every other aspect of this had a lot of Fiddle. You were always putting tokens down, you were trying to make things fit in the right spot, and it just didn't fit for us. I mean, it's a really cool concept, and someone, I'm positive, will love this one. It just didn't sit well. The Fiddle got us both.
After we played the first one, I went, I don't want to play this. I also didn't, as a co-op, it works for me. It really didn't as a competitive game. And the Fiddle, just, we were both really frustrated with the way the board, it's cool how the board's set up, at the same time, just, nope, we were over it. This is Disney Villainous, and we own Disney Villainous and Disney Marvel. And this is, again, one that we really, really wanted to like. And we do really like, but we hate to teach it.
Yep.
Like, hate it. Because the coolest part about this system is that every character plays very differently, has their own unique goals, has their own unique cards, but that means you have to know how to play every single character to be able to teach it. And we just aren't willing to put the time into it.
Yep.
And then Marvel Villainous, which we bought thinking our kids would like, our 13-year-old especially, Thanos, who he wants to play, is really, really hard to play. And again, we would have to completely figure it out to help him to do it. And it's just, it's too much. And again, if you're willing, this is one of those games I think almost needs to be a lifestyle game, because you need to be willing to play every single character and figure it out. And if you are, it's an awesome game. It's just, that's not the way we play games, as you can tell. We're, kind of squirrel gamers. And we're always looking for something new and shiny, and we're always playing a new game, so we're not going to learn every one of these.
Yep.
I think that's a good analogy for us. We're squirrel gamers.
Omni gamers.
I think squirrel is probably more accurate. I've seen you in a store looking at new games.
Quite possible. You're one to talk. Quillen. Now, this is one that I really, really enjoyed. And then realized I never think of it when it's time to grab a two-player game. The tiles are chunky, they're really nice. You're looking to try and get sets of either colors or shapes, in this case sea life. Very, I think it's Corkle. That tiling one. And we just never went back to it. And it sat there and it collected dust, and you know what? I can't say anything bad about it. Nothing in it made me go, I gotta get rid of this. It was fun, but it was,
I'm also not much of an abstract gamer,
Yeah.
and so I'm never going to think of it to start with, and so unless he's going to be pulling it out. But it's a quick and easy two-player game, and if you're someone looking for that and you like that kind of game, it's a great one. As you said, the pieces are gorgeous.
Yep.
This is Camel Up, and this is a game we've had a long time, and we've played a lot of it. We even have the expansion of it. But really, in our collection, it's been replaced by Downforce. And we were discussing that if we were looking for a quick kind of filler race game, you know, a lot of times you're looking for that, you know, you're starting out, you need that higher player count, you need something quick as you're waiting for their people in the different games. We're going to pull out Downforce. That's what we've been playing with our game group. not this one. This one I think is a little too random for most of our game group.
Yeah.
And so it's not going to come out. It's a really good game, and I think there's lots of people who are going to love it, but we're just not playing it anymore. And we did play a ton of it, but then this one got replaced in our collection. I think that often that's what happens in our collection, is that we're replacing it. It's not that it's bad. It's just we're playing something else instead of it, and this game might be better for someone else.
Yep. Gravel. Very simply, not a good two-player game. A lot of our games we play two-player. I like it a lot. Basically, you're trying to get your ship farthest away from a black hole, and you have to use gravity and card play, basically resource management, to fling yourself forward, but you need other people to help continue to move you forward. And two-player doesn't work so well, and before people go, well, you're in a pandemic, you should, I understand. But in our collection, we play a lot of two-player games anyway. That's, instead of staring at the TV all night, we will play at least a game, I'd say every other night, just so that we interact with each other. It works busy and stuff. And if it doesn't work two-player, and we don't have a game group plan, it goes. And it doesn't have to be spectacular two-player. This just doesn't work two-player very well.
We have to be able to play it two-player to learn it, to teach it game night. So if it...
Well, you can play that one.
You can play it, but yeah. It also helps that I don't like it. So, anyways, this is another sad one. This is Fantastic Beasts Perilous Pursuit. And this falls in the same category as Outer Rim. There's not enough content. So, we've realized that we can beat it way too easy. It's a co-op, and co-op shouldn't be so easy that you beat them every time. When we started, we were losing sometimes. But we've memorized all the monsters, because there's only there's level 1, level 2, and level 3. And for the middle monsters, there's 1, 2, 3 choices, and you use 2 every game. There's not enough. This is also one, there was a second movie. There could have easily been an expansion with more, Fantastic Beasts. And really, that's all you needed.
Yeah.
Just like Outer Rim, but it's been out long enough. We're not getting a second. We're not going to get another expansion. And the reality is that we don't play games to death. We're not that lifestyle gamer. And if we're running out of content, it doesn't have enough. And I'm actually going to fix this. This is bugging me. But the dice are really cool. And
it's probably going to.
But I didn't see the cool dice.
It
just fell again. Well, anyways, I tried. It's a really cool game, and we really enjoyed it. And it's sad to see it go, but we know we're not going to pull it out anymore because it's too easy, because it needs more content.
Yep. Two-player. Again, but this one's a bit different. Among the Stars was one of their first of this style. You got to build your tableau with tiles that you draft, you buy, and you got to keep the energy flowing to them and everything. And the two-player is a bit wonky. You got the dummy player, but the dummy player is weird, and or, and though I like Space Theme better, Fields of Green is this game with all of their stuff fixed. It's just been replaced and just better. So you get your farming. I'll grow strawberries and.
But you can put it in crop circles. I like Fields of Green. That's one of my games, and I would prefer the farming to the space theme.
But it's a better game.
Yeah. So
those are 12 games we're getting rid of, and why? So.
Happy spring cleaning and happy culling.
Yep. Bye.